What up with y'all? Today, about to beat myself some classic Korean street foods. I got a couple different varieties here. These are some old school throwbacks. I used to enjoy these when I first lived in Korea in like 2012 or 2011, way back in the day. I haven't had them since. So what did I get here? I got me a couple tornado potatoes. I think in Korean they call this 회오리 감자. But I've always just called it tornado potatoes, and I haven't had this in a long time. I got one regular, and I got one with cheese. You know, I'm just gonna put it on this table. You know, I don't even care. Now I also got some corn dogs, AKA hot dogs. They call them hot dogs here. And I got a few different varieties. This one is encrusted with potatoes and deep fried, and there is just cheese in this, only cheese. There's no dog in there, but they still call it a hot dog. This one, I don't know. One of these is just a regular hot dog, or a corn dog, and one of them is like half. So there's like a sausage in part of it, and then there's just the rest is filled with cheese. So I'm not sure which one's which. Oh. I believe this one is the one filled with cheese. It is filled with mozzarella and cheddar, supposedly. This came out to $12.65. I got this delivered. I didn't go out on the street and get it. If you got this on the street, it would have probably been a little bit less expensive. I want to say, you know, like $10 or something, but still, for all this delicious looking fried food here, that's not a bad deal. And let me just get into it. Let me just get right into it. I really kind of want to get a thumbnail picture. So I'm going to take a bite of this. We're just going for a bite, and hopefully we can get a thumbnail image of some cheese pull. If there's no cheese pull, then it is what it is, but let's just see. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is cheesy. That's crispy. I got this delivered again, like I said, still fresh out the fryer, I feel like. This place had really high ratings, and I would say it has really high ratings for a reason. That was delicious. You can definitely taste that cheddar. Cheddar was a good touch. They had only cheddar, they had only mozzarella, and they had the mix. I got the mix, of course. Now, let me try this. I don't know if this is crispy still, but I want to try to give it a chance and eat it maybe while it's still possibly crispy. So let me go in for a bite of this. I love the concept of this. I think it's basically just a potato. They spiral it up and fry it. Excellent. But no, they must batter it. That shows how much of a noob I am, but what they do is spiral the potato, put it on the thing, dip it in some batter, and then fry it. I mean, it's like a fair food, I feel like. But if you go to a spot in Korea where they sell a lot of street food, there's a few places in Seoul, then you'll definitely see this. I don't know if I even explained this one. This is the cheese version. Basically the same thing, except I believe it's just coated with some like cheese powder. Wow. That's very intense cheese powder. It's very artificial tasting, which is how they like it here. I much prefer this more real tasting cheese, even though this is probably, you know, I don't know how real this cheese is, but this just tastes straight up like, I doubt there's any cheese product in here whatsoever. Maybe there is, but you know, if you're expecting some cheese, some like real cheese flavor, I wouldn't go with this, but it's still a blast of flavor. A little bit sweet. I'd go with the regular if I were to order this again. Now I gotta try this regular one. This is just the plain original, nothing in this one. First bite of meat. I don't know how they kept it so crispy. I don't know exactly what their trick is. But this place had like, it was 4.9 out of 5 with a lot of reviews, which is quite high. And yeah, like I'm saying, crispy on the outside, soft and a little bit chewy on the inside. Good meat, good sausage there. It's not beef sausage, I don't believe. It's not really a thing here, but it's still mighty fine. Last but not least, and if you didn't understand what I was saying earlier, there should be a little bit of sausage in this bottom part of this cheese one. Now, this should be all cheese. And this is another popular thing. If you ever see a street food place selling these corn dogs, you'll definitely see this potato version. And it's looking crazy. I mean, this is looking real crazy, but it should be real good. Well, okay, so there is, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, but there is actually a sausage, a little dog up in here. So there's meat in all of these. That's good. I was expecting all cheese, but in which I wouldn't be mad at that. Potatoes and cheese, one of the best combos out there. Now I feel like I can really kick this up with adding a little condiments. Personally, I mean, I'm kind of a purist. For me, I'm all about the mustard when it comes to anything like related to hot dog or corn dogs. Hopefully you can see that dog in there. Solid dog. Of course, really amped up with that by that mustard. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'll try a little ketchup for y'all ketchup lovers out there. Yeah. Ketchup's good too. I think while we're on the ketchup kick, let's go in for this right here. I think outside of this, I've never had battered potatoes that were deep fried. Usually just throw them right in, but they went the extra step on this one. And you might be thinking, oh, this doesn't look like, what's so Korean about this? I don't know. You tell me, but I mean, these are staples in the Korean street food scene. I will tell you that. I'm gonna go in for some of this original. Let's do a little mix and match. For this one. It's hot in here, that's all I know. That's hearty. And these were more expensive. I believe these were, I don't know, remember the exact price, but I want to say these were at least half of the price. And these three things over here were, I want to say these two things were more expensive than these three things by a decent amount, by $1 or $2. Hot. Hot and hearty. So yeah, I mean, these things are super cheap. The original was like $1, I think. That's why I used to eat these back in the day when I first came to Korea in like 2012 or whatever. Was it 2012? Yeah, 2012. And I was broke as a joke. So I would go and just like walk and find a place that sold this and get it. It was like $1 for one thing, or even less than $1 for one hot dog. I would just get plain, and that's sustenance, cheap sustenance right there. Very cheap. Making a mess. This is getting crazy. Let me go in for another mix and match. I think this is it's always a little bit more visually pleasing to get that double sauce on there. I mean, good potatoes. I mean, if they sell these little potato squares separately, I would just eat these. It's a good snack. But the fact that they're coating this just makes it next level. Anyway, wow, crispy to the last bite for real. I feel like you could let this sit out for an hour and it'd still be crispy. That's when you know they might be fiddling with the formula. I don't know exactly how they do that, but I don't really care at this moment. Unreal. Cheap sustenance, and it's mighty fine. Definitely try this out if you like street food and you ever visit Seoul. I definitely recommend it. I'm full up though. I think I've had enough fried food for today, so I'm I'm about to skate out of here, but I really appreciate y'all watching this video. Hope you're all doing well. Really hope you enjoyed this one. I gotta clean up this mess, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.